Athena, loose! Athena, loose! Loose! Heel.
She said she's trying to cheat.
Good girl. Good girl.
Hey guys, so today we are here, my name is Anna and I'm here today with Charles, and today we're going to do car invasion. We did the last time we did a home invasion, so today we're just going to do a little bit different to see how Athena is going to react to that. And I also want to thank you to come out and have a minute to talk to us. I know you have a busy schedule.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
And so let's start with the questions.
Sure.
Tell us, how did you discover Madison Belle?
So I actually received Athena from a very good friend of mine as a rescue, and she had a lot of issues with anxiety and being scared and so on and so forth, and I could never even really raise my hand without her getting nervous or tucking her tail, and I didn't like that action because I felt it made other people think that I was beating my dog. So I started to seek out trainers. Well, I just so happened to come across a good friend of mine named Naki, who said he had a trainer that was helping train his dog, and the guy was fantastic. Now, I'd had prior people train my dog, and I wasn't happy as much as I am with Madison Belle Canine because of the professionalism that I not only received but got. Yeah, it was Naki that introduced me to you guys and your company.
Speaking of professionalism, so I know you enrolled in a protection program. And we'll be posting the videos and of course basically all the reports on health forms and everything else. So how was your communication before that? Did you receive videos, communication with the trainer, how everything went?
So I'm going to tell you, speaking again about past trainers, I never received any of that unless I called them.
Really?
Yeah, and I kind of, being new at it, I kind of thought it was just the way of things. They take your dog, they fix your dog, and then they give it back. But I quickly learned after having my dog enrolled here that wasn't the process. So I'll go ahead and say that it was above and beyond, and honestly, was over the top. Not only did I get videos, I got phone calls. My dog was so crazy in the beginning that she ate through the kennel door and received a scratch on her nose. Not only did I immediately get an email, I got a phone call. I had an action plan sent to me on care and aftercare. I got pictures. I mean, so the communication in itself was above and beyond, and it was awesome. I really appreciated that because of the fact that my dog isn't just a pet.
Oh,
so
yes.
Most of us, our pets are our family.
Absolutely.
So if you want your children to be treated and your family members to be treated in such way, why not your dog?
Absolutely.
And I received that here, so I was really happy about it.
That's good to hear. How was the graduation as far as
So that was crazy because I didn't know she was going to get a graduation day until he called me and he was like, "Hey, Charles, how you doing?" I was, "Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?" He goes, "Your dog graduates in a couple of days." Yeah. He goes, "Well, we're going to have a graduation ceremony." I'm like, "Okay." So, well, that's kind of cool.
Right.
I showed up. There was pictures, there was treats for the dog, there was a little bit of show that he put on with me for her, showing me what she learned. There was a certificate, the whole 9 yards, and I personally have it framed and in my office. It was a proud moment. Not only that I got to see the accomplishments that Carter did with my dog, but that the accomplishments that she made herself and displayed to me. So I thought it was great.
Didn't you came out a couple times to train with Athena?
Actually, it was a requirement, and I appreciated that as an owner and a handler. Once again, it shows the professionalism that Canine Belle, gives its people by saying, "Hey, we don't just train your dog. You have to be trained. You have to be trained on what to notice, how to interact with your animal, so that you're a responsible protection dog owner." And some other aspects of it were described to me, as far as litigation and so on and so forth, in case your dog, you do have to use your dog as protection. which I understood all that after he explained to me, but never even thought about it at that time. You
Right.
know, so again, professionalism.
Speaking of explaining people in the program.
So that I'm not going to lie to you, that was a big thing for me, and I'll explain why. So she was such destroyed when I first got her from the people that were, you know, mishandling her, and as much as I had always wanted a protection dog, and especially because I have two children, one 4-year-old, one 15-year-old, both daughters, and with this crazy world, it's what I really wanted, but
Absolutely.
didn't know if I could really get that with her. And I had even been told by a prior trainer that it was not going to be possible. And I said, okay, well, I understand that. And of course, I moved on to another trainer, and that's when I got introduced to Carter and his abilities. But I was more in fear of getting her protection trained than bringing her home and her going from a docile, shy dog to an over-aggressive animal that was going to eventually, possibly, bite one of my children because they raised their hand in anger at me or something like that. And it was furthest from the truth. Not only once I had my discussions of my fears with Carter, and did he, you know, teach me the difference, but he actually proved it and showed it to me. I immediately enhanced her with my children. We took her on walks. We did some scenario type stuff where I told my kids to come at me and be angry and raise their fist to me and actually hit me.
Athena, loose!
I needed to know
Loose!
was my
Heel!
dog going to react to that or not.
Heel!
Right.
And she
Good
wasn't.
girl!
I actually
Good
had,
girl! Good girl!
person
Yes!
that,
Alright, she got one
I
more.
walk with, who just
Good
so
girl.
happened to have a friend that came along who was a trainer, and he put on a bite sleeve because he wanted to see how great this dog was that I had.
Right.
And the moment he did, he stayed away for like 5 minutes. I was like, why are you standing over there? He's like, well, I don't want her to bite me. I mean, we just did. I said, listen to me, man. I said, my dog is not like that. He's like, okay. And he walked over, walked right up to her and started petting her, and she was licking him and everything else. And he was shocked. He was like, I can't believe that. He goes, most triggers on dogs don't go away for a while. You know, they keep that anxiety up. He goes, your dog is really well trained. And I said, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah, so
there
it was
you go.
great.
So would you recommend Medicine Bell Canine to?
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt. I'll tell you another impressive thing. When I came to Madison Bell the first time, I'm a super overthinker, right? So it wasn't just about, does he train? I wanted to know, does he have a good family life? He does. Involves his family in the training. What is his background? He had military background. He had law enforcement background. He's had different classes. I wanted to look at the kennels. I wanted to see, does he treat these animals, other people's animals, as well as he does his? It was all acceptable to me. His knowledge, me coming in and not being knowledgeable, his knowledge instilled on me in the first 10 minutes completely sold me. I came in and he was telling me things that she was going to do before she had ever done it, and I had never seen it before. He goes, watch, Mr. Campbell, you're going to see that in about 5 minutes or so, she's going to start salivating. Then you're going to notice she's going to start squatting and using the restroom in several places. You're going to know, and he went on and on and on. And like after the fifth or sixth thing, I'm like, how can I not, with all of this, how can I not bring my
So
my
basically,
family
you're saying the transparency was there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And he told me, hey, look, this is a 5-6 week program. Your dog comes for a week. We don't do nothing. We let her integrate herself. And you know what, Mr. Campbell, if your objectives are not met upon what we speak about in that amount of time, I will keep her longer, and I will let you know.
Okay.
And I thought that was great. It was almost like a money back guarantee,
Correct.
So for an owner, it was reassuring.
So you basically was calm every single time she was here.
Oh yeah.
That's good, because a lot of people get paranoid as far as like, oh, how's the dog doing? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yep.
And it's just like, they don't know. They don't know for 2 weeks, for 2 months when the dog is here. That's like, okay, what's happening?
I never one time had that feeling. Not
That's
one
great.
time. I will say the only time that I even had any type of a thought other than just missing her, of course,
Well, yes.
was when she did get injured. I was like, well, okay, hope it's clearing up. And then the next day I get another picture. Hey, it's clearing up, starting to look good. So it was like every other day I was getting updates on it until it was completely healed, which I appreciated.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we took enough time for Mr. Campbell, so this is Anna. Athena somewhere in the back. She decided she's going to do her own thing. But thank you once again for coming out to speak with
Absolutely.
us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for
Pleasure is all
everything.
mine. Thank you.